Welcome back to Chaos Collectibles. So as I stated before, I was going to go over all of this Etsy, PayPal debacle that happened here with this 1/4 scale sideshow collectibles Terminator endoskeleton statue, right? So this is where things get weird. I'm going to tell you the whole story and what happened, all right? So I end up seeing this thing on there. Can't touch it for under $2,000. Killer deal on it. Only 10% of the cost. Should have known better, right? So I go ahead and I jump on this bad boy. Well, after I jump on it, I notice that the person has zero feedback whatsoever. Zero. And they had 4 sales on there. And they had 5 items for sale. So I'm like, well, it is what it is. It's paid for. We'll see what happens. So all of a sudden I get an email saying that this thing has been shipped. No tracking, no nothing. I have a shop app. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the shop app, but everything that comes to your house shows up in shop, whether it's UPS, FedEx, USPS, all that stuff, right? But it said that the tracking number couldn't be found throughout the entire duration of this thing. So I get a hold of this guy and I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, I'll update the tracking. So the tracking goes through. We're about a week in right now after ordering. And I noticed this thing's from Mexico. This guy had a store that was set up in supposedly California. And this thing's shipping from Mexico. I'm like, whoa, there's some red flags here. So I sent an email out saying, hey, why is this shipping from Mexico when your store is supposed to be in California? Boom, crickets. So I sent another email a few days later inquiring, nothing. Okay. So like, well, I'm just going to have to ride this out. So I wrote it out, and this wasn't, I have tracking for USPS too. Every day they send me notifications on what I'm getting that day. The item didn't even show up on there. So I'm just kind of hanging out one day, expecting my Terminator Hot Toys to come in that day because I got notification it was out for delivery, and there's a knock at the door. So I answer the door, and it's the mail lady. She has this thing in her hand. And she's like, what is this? Because it wasn't me. This guy has my name as Matt. My name is not Matt. Has the street name right. But the numbers are wrong. She's like, is this for you? You're the only person with this last name in town. And I'm like, well, maybe it has to be. And then bam, it dawned on me. Now, mind you, throughout this entire time, this person has shut down their store, removed all items for sale, and had a rating of 1 star. About 2 weeks after I bought this thing, 1-star rating. So that tells me they've been doing this to other people, closed the store down, boom. When I clicked on the item, I couldn't even view it anymore. Whenever I bought anything off Etsy, Mercari, eBay, whatever, you can still click on the item and view the item details. I couldn't for this one. Really strange. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this thing. I opened it up, did the video, right? And here's what I got. This is my Terminator statue, right? Terminator Hot Toys 1/4 scale statue. I mean, it's kind of funny if you think about it, right? I mean, for someone to have the balls to do something like this is where, you know, they sent something. This way there's something to track it. It could be like, hey, we sent you an item, right? But here's where things get even more weird. I look at this tracking number right here, does not match the tracking that they sent on the app. So strange. So as I'm looking at that one ended up in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay, I live in Michigan. This thing was brought through customs in New York. Then it was sent down to Tennessee, and I'm like, that's weird. Why would it go to Tennessee when you think it would just go right through like Pennsylvania, Ohio, you know, up here? Okay, sometimes the mail does some weird things. And then it goes down to Little Rock, Arkansas. And the same day I got this, it said that the other one was out for delivery. Mind you, not on shop. Shop still said that this thing was nowhere to be found. No tracking. I had to go to a worldwide, I Googled it to see if I could track this thing, called Parcel Post. Parcel Post. Little Rock, Arkansas, out for delivery that day, undeliverable. So there's a couple things here that I'm thinking. I can only speculate what this person was thinking. Why they sent 2 items, I don't know. But I'm thinking that they put the wrong name, the wrong address on it, so that it wouldn't be deliverable. Why they sent 2 packages too, I don't know. This had to have been from them because I haven't bought anything from Mexico. I did not buy a card with a rat on it. So that's the only thing I could think of. So I tried to file this thing with PayPal. I tried it 3 times and it wouldn't go through online, so I had to call. I called the PayPal customer service, and this lady laughed her ass off, which, I mean, it's kind of funny. I almost laughed too when I did. I mean, it's almost comical what people are willing to do, but it just shows you how creative these people are getting with scamming people. So they told me that if this person doesn't respond by the 5th, I automatically get my case, right? Automatically win. So I ended up taking pictures of all this stuff. The video that I opened it, I kept the video. I didn't have any way to attach it or anything, and I explained the entire situation. Well, today, I got an email from PayPal saying that they ruled in my favor, that the funds will be back into my account within 5 days. But I just wanted to share that with everybody. A lot of red flags there. I should have paid attention, being someone who's been buying stuff for over 20 years now, off and on, of course, not straight 20 years, but off and on. I should have known better with all the scamming stuff going on out in the world today. But this just goes to show you how creative some of these scammers are. Because the person did send me something, but the address was wrong. So I'm thinking that they were planning on something to be undeliverable to try to cover themselves. Well, I sent it. This is the tracking. Once I send it, it's out of my hands. That's what I'm thinking. But I could be wrong. So just watch out for stuff like that. I just thought I'd share the story of this big, debacle. And it's not Etsy's fault at all, right? It's the person who was selling on there. But since I filed a claim with Etsy, and then I filed a claim with PayPal, because when I've read through the terms of filing claims, Etsy said in there that if I paid with PayPal, I'd have to file with PayPal. So I did both. Etsy closed the case and dropped it right away. I just hope that everybody else who was in this situation was able to get their money back just like I did. But yeah, there you have it, everybody. That is the story of the Terminator quarter scale statue from Etsy. Just be careful out there, everybody. Getting scammed sucks. People that do things like this just don't have any conscience whatsoever. It's pretty messed up what people are willing to do to other people just to make a few extra dollars, right? Pretty messed up. But all right, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Hope you all have an awesome day. Until next time.